Sports Radio 95.9 The Fan.
Welcome to the Nach on Sports podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Nachreiner. And before we bring on my guest, I would like to say thank you for everything Coach Todd Wilson has done for the Melbourne High football program. As of Thursday, December 11th, he stepped down as the head coach for Melbourne High football. He will be in the process of hiring the new coach, which I think is just tremendous and great for the program. But I'd like to thank him for everything he's done for the last 8 years. Thank him for what he's done for me personally, helping me get to college. He's a great coach and a great mentor to a lot of the kids on the team, former and current, both on and off the field, and I just want to thank him for his time, his service. I've also had a couple busy days, folks. I've been traveling between Orlando and Melbourne. We've been covering some state title games. Mark, you're getting my bill, buddy. Orlando and Melbourne is no easy trek. I keep getting lost. Now let's bring out my guest. We had her on the show a few weeks ago while she was getting ready for nationals. She threw down the gauntlet on me before we even got started today. She said she was going to bring in a tape measure, and we're going to compare biceps. And she told me she just didn't want to do that. She didn't want to have me in tears. I think she's right. So let's get her on. She's the dangerous but beautiful Priscilla Seitz. Priscilla, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I can't complain besides the traveling I got to do today. But other than that, it's been great. A lot of your fans already know the results. How was the Nationals? How was that event for you?
It was a great, it was a great experience. Definitely once in a lifetime, first time going nationals, first year competing. I knew a little bit what to expect from my previous shows, but when you're at nationals, there's not one person who's not ready to get their pro card there. It was amazing to see all the different women that have worked so hard, and men as well, that have worked so hard to get there. And results for myself, I had a crazy day leading up to prejudging, crazy morning, and I didn't come in at my best on stage, and but I ended up getting 16th. They only placed 1 through 15. So if you
were on the bubble.
Yeah. So there's about 26 girls in my class. I do Class A for figure. So for me, you have different call outs when you're on stage for prejudging. They have first call outs, second call outs, and this time there's third and fourth call outs because there are so many girls. So you all go out and you do your comparisons, and then they stand you to the side, and you have to hold your modeling pose on the side, and they'll do first call outs. So that's who the judges believe have the best physiques. They'll do first call outs. So I was standing on the side, and I've never had to do call outs before. My shows that I've done, there hasn't been enough women in my division to have call outs. So it was very exciting and different for me. And I'm standing on the side. They did first call outs. I'm like, okay, I didn't get first call outs. It's okay. And I'm just looking at all these women, and second call outs. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm doing okay. Still on the side. Third call outs. And I'm like, all right, man, like now it's starting to hit me. And then fourth call outs, I finally got called. And I believe from looking at pictures, I definitely had a very many strengths between fourth call outs. I came in flat. When I was on stage, I didn't have enough carbs to fill me out. So meaning that my muscles weren't really like popping as much as they could have been. And so I also messed up a few of my poses. I was obviously nervous. It's nationals. And the stage, it was very weird how they did it. They had two put together. So where the X was, where you go out and get to do your individuals, my heel got caught on the metal where the stage met. So when I turned around to do my back pose, I completely messed up my back pose, and it's made me very upset since, but I'm trying to get over that part. But instead of opening up my back and opening up where the judges could see my lats, I closed in because I was trying to get my balance and close my back. So that picture, I just keep looking at it like, man, like it's killing me because I've worked so hard.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you couldn't look at the judges after that little tumble? Hey, wait, don't count that. No, throw that out. Don't even think you saw that. You couldn't get one of those?
No.
You couldn't get a mulligan?
you get your individuals, you get one shot. During comparisons, they do a few rounds. So I did get to, redeem myself some during comparisons standing next to the other girls. But simply, I got out-muscled. These women were stacked, like definitely great class of women. And, standing on the side, even though I did get fourth call-outs, I was standing there just admiring their bodies and admiring how much hard work. Who knows how long they've been training compared to me. And this wasn't my show. This wasn't my national show. Everything comes in your timing, and it just wasn't my time to get my pro card. And I just haven't had enough time to build. I am taking this off season. I know where I need to gain and what I need to work on. And, it was inspirational standing on the side and just seeing like, wow, I can look like this, I just got to work to it.
What do you think that you need to improve? Obviously, you're talking about you're going to have more size for next year. Now, when do you lift? Now, do you lift in terms of like strength to build more muscle, in terms of, heavy weights, or are we talking more lighter weights, more reps? What is exactly going to take to get you either more muscle? Is it more strength? What is it?
So transitioning into my off season, I've decided to call it improvement season. Because a lot of people go into off season thinking, I can eat whatever I want and I can have cheats here, I can have cheats there. And mentally it's a mind game too. And I don't want to say, okay, I can sneak this in, because I don't want to gain, I'll gain a little bit of fat, but I want to gain, like you said, the strength and the muscle, and I want to do it in a healthy manner. I don't want to be gaining fat and having to get rid of it and be in the same physique as this year. So to build the muscle, I still am going to be dieting. It's a lifestyle change. A lot of my friends are like, oh, you're on off season. Woo. And I'm like, no, yes, I'm on off season, but this is my lifestyle now. This is my goals, this is what I want to do. And a lot of them are like, well, you don't want to get too big or manly, do you? And I'm like, no, it takes a lot of years to put on a lot of muscle. Like we talked about last time, the differences between physique and women's bodybuilding. And for me, like I said, as of now, I want to stay in figure. So I'm going to be building and focusing more my quads. Definitely, we talked about that last time. I was working on my quad sweep. Legs, I need a little more size. My shoulders were pretty comparable. They were pretty good, but I still am going to be working on shoulder size. And my back has improved majorly since my first show. It's insane. I have a bunch of comparison pictures, I'll post on my Instagram and Facebook, and it's just crazy to me to see what I've done in this last year. So for this improvement season, I'm excited I'll be lifting heavier, less reps. I'll be having more rest in between sets, and I'm going to be working with my coach again and training with him so he can show me more of how to transition, because before show, you're on this mode where you're doing intervals and high reps and you're depleting your body of everything you have and going through depletion mode. So it's a much different training than on strength training and building that muscle. It's slower paced, it's heavier, and you'll normally do, say, like 15, 12, 8, 6. Yeah. Compared to 20, 20, 20 reps each exercise. Mine
just goes 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So, but you hit on a topic. You talked about some of the negatives that some people say, well, you don't want to get too big because you may look manly. I find that I don't want to say disrespectful because I don't know who said it, but I find that kind of in bad taste, because I feel like in a lot of ways we look at we look at the celebrities around us and look how well they look. Do you face a lot of that negative criticism about whether you start to look like a man just because you start to have more muscle build and everything else?
I feel that my specific support system, they are very fitness, involved, and I have such a support system. And that's truly what I learned on my nationals journey. that was what I took home for me, my win from nationals, to see how many people really reached out to me and told me good luck or gave me encouraging words to keep going those last few weeks. And it really touched my heart to see even people I haven't, talked to in years, reach out to me. And it was really great and heartwarming for me to see how much love and support I actually had, not knowing there's people always looking up to you, and you never know who you're inspiring. And for me, it's definitely being comfortable in your own skin, your own goals. And a lot of, I've had a few girls here and there tell me, well, your arms are getting manly, or you're getting, gonna look like that. Are you sure you want to put on size next year? And for me, I don't take it offensively. I take it as their ideal body type. Everyone has their own, fitness related, what they want for themselves. And to me, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I don't feel that I look manly. My persona, my, take on this, it's something that I truly want. I want this pro card, and I need to be able to compete with these women. And the women I saw and competed against, they nowhere near looked manly to me. And I feel it's more of building, and it's like an art. Like it's just beautiful to see in person.
I would have to agree with you. Like I said, I have a very different idea, very different views of people that would think that at all. Because like I said, I saw a lot of the women that you competed against, a lot of very beautiful women. And you know what? Like I said, it's the same thing for guys. It's, there's a lot of very good looking guys out there that do this. They train their bodies, but more or less it's more about the time aspect that you put into it, because a lot of people can't do what you do. Yeah,
it's very much, to me, the journey it's what it's all about. It's the dedication, the diet alone is hard for a lot of people. So, whether it be jealousy or be not their ideal body type, to me, I try to motivate others in any way that they want to improve themselves. So I feel personally, I don't have a lot of negatives in my life.
It's funny you say that, because actually, we talked about this last time when you were on the show. You've inspired me to change my lifestyle, because let's face it, I was wearing what you would call one of those big round tires you see on the monster trucks. I was wearing one of those the last time Priscilla was in here, but I actually have been working out, running, getting ready for a race that's next Saturday on my birthday. And, I feel a ton better after working out, spending 2 weeks in the gym. Now you have different goals. Mine are I love the gym just to feel better, and it's making me feel better. So I would like to say thank you, because you're the one that got me off the couch. But at the other end of the aspect, you talk about a lot of your friends. And what about the males that you encounter? Do you encounter any hostility or anything like that towards guys that maybe see you? Whether
at the gym, a lot of people are like, oh, she's lifting more than you, bro. And my coach will call people out if they're just like on their phones or like taking rests, and they're not really, he knows a lot of people at our gym, obviously, and he knows how much they can lift and really push themselves. So, he'll tend to call the guys out. You're going to let this 100-pound, 4'11" girl outweigh you. And so it's pretty funny to mess with people. But personally, the guys actually, they actually talk to me or ask me questions, or, we'll joke back and forth, and it's not necessarily competing with them or having a hard time. A lot of the men that I do come across, they have more of a respect, I would say. They either have competed or are very fitness involved just because they love to be at the gym, love that lifestyle. And I haven't come across that many guys that are like, ew, like this girl is just too much, or most of the time it's like, keep going, like you're awesome, and it's very motivating, and it's fun to be with different people and learn different things, because when you train with guys, also it's different when you train with women, because they are focusing on different areas to improve on their own body. So you actually get to take home little techniques and tricks too from women and men.
We're talking with Priscilla Seitz. You can follow her on Twitter at PSeitz Designs. You can follow her on Instagram at PSeitz19. We're going to have some fun at your coach's expense. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Now, the original idea for the reason why you were going to bring a tape measure was because I was hoping he'd come in and we would compare calves, because apparently we got some people skipping calves day. We can't be having people skipping calves day. All right, I do my calves every day. I do straight in and out on the machine or on the barbell, and I do about 4 sets of 15, and once my calves can take it, I'll push it to 20.
Awesome. That is awesome. Yes, I was told to do calves every other day. So on this off season, that has been my goal, to actually stick through. And I've been good so far. I have been good, and I've been doing my calves every other day. So we're going to measure, and next time you come in, we'll talk about this again, and I'll bring him in so we can compare and joke with him. Well,
first of all, let me just go ahead and point this out. You two have a 8-pack, which combines for a 16-pack. I just got a donut. So we'll see. The calves, I'll tell you what, calves are tough, and I swear, my calves never hurt so bad in my life after I started doing them again when you try, because I don't know about you, but when I got back into the gym, those first couple of days were really painful. They were pretty painful. I was like, I don't want to do this. This hurts too much again. But you push through it, though.
Exactly. And they say, once you get past that first 2 weeks, you can keep going. It's all about that first change, and nobody likes change.
No.
But when you have your mind set to something and you honestly, truly want it, once you get past, you're going to be sore. You haven't done it in a while, but if you really want to make it that change, you're going to keep going, and you're going to feel so much better after. Like last night, I had got my wrist readjusted. I had to get, my wrist had slight carpal tunnel from my job. I do graphic design, like I said. And so I was like, I'm just going to go to the gym. I'm just going to do abs and cardio and, call it a Friday night. But once I got there, 2 of our other friends were like, it's leg day, and they weren't really feeling it neither. I was like, let's all do leg day. You know what? Let's do this. So we went hard. We had a great leg session and pushed each other. And then I felt so much better afterwards. So it's definitely overcoming that mind, that little thing like, oh man, like I'm sore, I'm tired. But once you keep going and you start seeing results, like you said, you're already doing well. Obviously, you're going to have your run next weekend. You still stuck it out. So it's one of those things, when you want it, you keep going.
This is true. Now, my biggest issue was just being lazy. So I really shouldn't say that, it was the pain. It was just me being lazy, because I need to get myself in the gym. I should have gotten in the gym. But I think with a lot of people, though, that's the issue. It's fighting laziness. And like I said, we'll dive on that for a later subject. But my final question to you is, I hear this nickname. It ends with nut, but it's the peanut. Everyone calls you Peanut. Is that because you love peanut butter? Even I've seen Peanut Inspirations as a brand. I think that's coming as a brand now, maybe. How did you get the nickname?
Well, my friend and also coach at Stay Fit, Natalie Kaczynski, she started calling me Peanut. I guess because I'm so small, and a lot of people tell me all the time, like, you have so much energy all the time, just running around the gym. And, she's had to tell me now on this off season, like, slow down, P, like, you got to slow it down. You don't have to rush. And that's my hardest part of transitioning this off season. But Peanut, everyone started calling me that after she started yelling across the gym, go Peanut! And it just stuck. And, but I am a peanut butter fanatic. If you look in my pantry, our healthy fats, obviously, we have to have our healthy fats. So peanut butter is one of them. And I have tried many peanut butters, and my pantry is full of about 5 different ones. And my dad's like, what is this? Like, the peanut butter obsession. But my favorite so far, I tried Buff Bake, and you can order it online. I think they have it in GNC now, actually. They expanded, and it's Snickerdoodle almond butter.
Oh, boy.
It only has 1 gram of sugar and 12 grams of fat. So it's really good, actually, for you, and it's delicious. So,
well, this just in, GNC just sold out. Priscilla Seitz had someone go and buy all of it already. So wait till the next order comes in, folks.
But yeah, Peanut, I like my nickname, and I actually started hashtagging Peanutspiration because since everyone does call me Peanut, and I like to inspire others, I like to give them motivation and courage, and like I said, you never know who's looking up to you or seeing different things, and believing in yourself is something I truly encourage, for people to do, because it's a lot of self-esteem, a lot of self-confidence that people struggle with. So I decided to start putting Peanutspiration on my Instagram and my Facebook, and eventually I have something in the works I do graphic design, so I have something in the works for 2015. I'm not going to spill,
Ooh.
But I am coming together with something in Peanutspiration.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to have to keep our tabs full. Hopefully Priscilla will keep me in the loop. As soon as she decides that she wants to break the news, she'll tell me so I can help her break it. That's going to do it for us, Priscilla. I appreciate you taking the time once again, coming in early on a morning and sharing some knowledge. Like I said, this is always fun. I love hearing about how Nationals went. I hope you had fun today as well.
Of course. I was so excited to get back in here and to share with you my experience. And the whole time I was at, Nationals, I was thinking, oh man, I need to tell Anthony over here, about this and that. And, it was so crazy, but I couldn't wait to get back in here to talk about it and share, because even though I didn't place my best, I didn't perform my best, it didn't stop me. And that's one thing that I wanted to share for others who, no matter what it is, between bodybuilding or whatever it is in life, you want things for yourself, and you should never settle, and you should always believe and always know that the best is yet to come.
Absolutely. I think I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger put it best when he talked about you got to be willing to do things whether or not you're going to fail. Be willing to fail at something. Now, you didn't place. I don't know how you consider that. That could be construed in some small way, very small, because you haven't failed, but in a small way for you personally, maybe a failure, but you're going to come back and you're going to beat it, and totally believe in you, Priscilla. And like I said, I definitely appreciate you coming in. And like I said, I think we're going to have Priscilla on again. She does a great job when she comes in here, guys. So Priscilla, once again, thank you for coming on the podcast, and I hope to have you on again.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Alrighty, folks, that's the Nach on Sports podcast. You guys can hear it. Check it out on sportsradio959.com. Always want to thank all my guests for coming on, especially Priscilla. This is the Nach on Sports podcast. Remember to follow me on Twitter at NachOnSports959. And folks, have a great holiday season and no elbows while shopping.